Hey guys, this is Bobby, and here is part 2. Now, I decided to play some Fourze music, at least for this part, which I have Switch On and Voyagers by Anna Tsuchiya, because I want to give my thoughts on Kamen Rider Fourze. Now, the show is about Gentaro Kisaragi, a transfer student to Amanagawa High School. He's a second-year student, and he wants to become friends with everyone in the school. Unfortunately, some of the students don't want to, but upon arriving in his class, he realizes one of his classmates is his childhood friend Yuki Jojima, who I should mention, her name is a play on Kamen Rider on Rider Man, the fourth Rider. In fact, I should state that some of Gentaro's other friends their names are play on past Kamen Riders. In fact, he also meets Kengo Utahoshi, whose name is based on Kamen Rider Ichigo, or Kamen Rider number 1, Kengo doesn't want anything to do with Gentaro, because he just thinks, he doesn't think very too highly of him. But then of course he meets Yu Kazushiro and Shun Daimonji, and a couple other students. Shun, I should mention, is the captain of the American football team, and Mew is the captain of the cheerleading squad. Anyway, Gentaro wants to become friends with them, but like I said, they don't want anything to do with him. They want him to go away. And unfortunately, that's not possible because monsters based on constellations called zodiacs begin to attack the school. And starting off with Orion the Hunter. And I should mention that the most powerful are based on the zodiac. They're called the horoscopes. But in the first one we meet is Scorpio. But anyway, eventually Gentaro finds out that Yuki and Kengo have a secret base have a secret hideout on campus. It's a basically a portal that leads them to something on the moon called the Rabbit Hatch. Gentaro takes something from there, and with help from Yuki, he transforms into Kamen Rider Fourze, and a spacecraft motif Kamen Rider who uses in total 43 Astro Switches, some of which allow him to activate special machines called Foodroids, based on apparently a McDonald's menu. With the first one being Burger Meal, and I call the other one, the second one, Frybot. Now, certain switches work work perfectly with them. So, but anyway, eventually Gentaro befriends Mew, Jake, who's an informant. He's very flamboyant, but he's a really cool guy. He also befriends Shun, who, with help from Gentaro, finally breaks down and reveals his true self, which he couldn't do because of his dad. And also Tomoko Nozama, whose name is actually Amazon backwards. Jake's name is a play on Kamen Rider X, Mew on Kamen Rider V3, and Shun's last name is a play on Kamen Rider Nigo's name. Or Kamen Rider 2, I should say. But anyway, over time, Fourze gains form changes. First, he gets a base stage, which is his main form, and then of course he gets elect states, which is accessed by means of switch number 10. I should mention the switches equip him with all sorts of weapons for all forms, 10 each. With most of the form changing ones being for the right arm. He also gets a magnet, fire states, and the fire states pertains to the right arm as well. Turns him red, and equips him with a fire blaster that also acts as an extinguisher. With elect states, he's equipped with an electric, what I call the elect saber. I should mention ahead of time, I'm actually working on an adaptation of Fourze, which I won't say what it's called, but Gentaro's counterpart is named after the first man on the moon and a character from Stargate Atlantis, while Kengo's counterpart is named after the second man on the moon and one of the most popular characters from Stargate SG-1. And the various other characters are named after someone that pertains to them. I'm currently trying to figure out names for the Zodiacs, particularly Zodiac ones, who I want to try and name them at least after one Marvel comic villain who kind of relates to, like the Scorpion, the Trick Shot, Mysterio, Kraven the Hunter, well, I'm not gonna make those villains the actual monsters. Okay, so someone I know thought I would. Anyway, Fourze then also gets a magnet states, which requires the N magnet and the S magnet, which goes to this arm. And he gets a powerful shoulder-mounted cannon that railguns, and then of course he gets cosmic states, which allows him to access all the switches. He also later on they are befriended by they meet Ryusei Sakuta, who is secretly Kamen Rider Meteor and who is trained in the discipline of Jeet Kune Do, created by Bruce Lee. I mean, he does the whatcha and other stuff like that, and other sounds like that. And I should mention that eventually they do find out who he is. I won't say how because I don't want to spoil it, but overall this was an amazing series. I mean, I should mention when Gintaro transforms, he would go Uchukita. I mean, I can't. But anyway, like I said, it was an amazing series. Some things about how it ended. Actually, I loved how it ended. I love Gintaro's various rider kicks. It was just an amazing series, and I can't wait to see the the movie war film that's coming out in December. In fact, I can't wait to work on the Fourze adaptation. In fact, I'm adding new Zodiacs like Hydra the Snake, Corvus the Crow, even Aquila the Eagle. Now I give this series a 40 out of 10. Can't help it. Now, since part 2, got more things to talk about. And if you guys want me to, just ask, and I'll give you more thoughts on the various characters of Fourze later.